Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kamen, DC. I've been a licensed chiropractor for a long time. I think since Madam Butterfly was still a caterpillar. Before I demonstrate the AccuDoctor, I'd like to speak very frankly about practice building and practice builders. I wrote down a few things. I'm nearing the end of my career, and I would like to offer a few effective marketing techniques that can help you generate a reliable stream of traffic through your doors without spending a lot of money. Did you ever think to yourself, I wish I were 25 years old again, new in practice, and know what I know now? Well, know what I know now. This is that information you wished you would have known when you first got started. These simple marketing techniques are also for the seasoned practitioner. I don't own or operate a practice building company. In fact, I don't even like most practice building gurus, especially the ones who make you sign a contract for a percentage of your income. How crazy would you be to do that? Or the ones who charge thousands of dollars and make you sit in a hotel room for days just to hear their golden wisdom, which they could have just as easily written down in a notebook and charged a fraction of the price. I also don't like the gurus who high pressure new doctors into buying wildly expensive equipment when less expensive or used equipment will do just fine. That's all a new doctor needs is another burdensome student loan to pay off. For example, no matter how slick the sales pitch, I see no clinical difference between a $70,000 decompression table compared with one that costs $7,000. Patients aren't wowed by massive decompression tables with space shuttle controls. They're wowed by results. Also, and I really don't like saying this, but the older practitioners in your town do not want you to succeed. They're not your friends. They want you to suffer like they did. Don't listen to them. You don't have to suffer like they did or endure a starvation period. You can get a lot of people through your doors the first week you're in practice. There are inexpensive and honest shortcuts, yes, shortcuts, to getting a ton of traffic through your doors. A lot of your colleagues would rather you don't know about this, or they might discourage you from doing it. If they do, tell them you won't do it if they agree to pay off your student loans and all of your bills. The marketing techniques you'll learn with this kit sure beats the heck out of embarrassing yourself sitting behind some table at Walmart or at a town carnival hoping people notice your sign for a free spinal screening. How humiliating is that? Wouldn't you rather be on a boat with your friends or your family on a Sunday afternoon? Will the marketing techniques you learn here always produce high quality patients? Of course not. The techniques are designed to quickly and economically generate a lot of traffic. What you do with the traffic is up to you. You may have seen similar electronic meridian point finders and stimulators, but what you haven't seen is our new patient marketing kit, which uses the AccuDoctor to help you quickly and cheaply generate serious traffic through your doors, and I mean serious traffic. This is a sustainable marketing strategy because of its low cost. There is one marketing secret that not only costs you nothing to implement, but you get paid well to do it. And I'm just talking about this one marketing secret. Perfect for any doctor who wants to earn a good living with low overhead and no insurance aggravation. If you're a chiropractor or other licensed practitioner who wants to get more patients and fast, then give us a call and we'll tell you one of these amazing secrets before you buy. One marketing secret alone is worth thousands of times more than what you'll pay for this kit. We don't sell advertising. All we sell is the AccuDoctor with the marketing kit for one low price. Our phone number and website are at the end of this video. Here are the parts of the AccuDoctor: the digital display, the frequency knob, the sensitivity knob. You only have to adjust this during scanning or detection. The intensity or on and off switch, right now it's on. I just clicked it off. It has to be on for the whole unit to be on and for you to scan this has to be on as well. The button is only pushed during stimulation. You don't push the button during scanning, only during stimulation. In fact, it says over here, location, meaning scanning. You see a longer stem and a shorter stem for stimulation, which means you push this down. Here's one of the two metal grounding plates. Here's one here, and here's one underneath. Your finger or thumb has to touch at least one of the plates during the treatment or scanning. Here's the green LED indicator. This is on during scanning. You'll see it flash also during treatment. And while you're charging the stimulator, or while you're charging the unit, the whole unit, you will see the green light on. When you have a complete charge, the green light goes off. Here is one of the 3 treatment probes, treatment tips. Here's another one here. It's a little bit thicker for muscles and trigger points. This one's a little bit more specific for acupuncture or meridian points. And then you have a wider probe for bigger skin areas. Here is where the grounding pole plugs in, and the grounding pole looks like this. This is what your patient holds to complete the circuit while you're doing a treatment. And the grounding pole plugs in right there. You also have a USB-C charger. Here's the cord, and the charging cord plugs in right here. Okay? Then you have something called, well, not something called, it's a spring. You notice that it's like a spring-like movement of the tip. You only really have to press this a little bit to get a better scan, not for treatment. So like when you're scanning, you can press this a little bit. You don't have to press it like this. Just press it very slightly to get a more even scan. Okay, now let's go back to the digital display. You're going to see one of 2 numbers here. A larger number during scanning could be up to 500. This shows the frequency again. Or you'll see a smaller number during the actual stimulation. So let's just do the scanning first. I'll show you the scanning number. And just to hear a lot of noise, we'll dial up the sensitivity to 10. And again, you have to have at least your finger on one of the grounding plates. And you have to have this turned on. The unit has to be turned on. And then you hear it. You hear that. This is the scanning noise. And then you'll see numbers over here. They could be in the hundreds, is what you see right there. Okay? They could be in the hundreds during scanning. Now you'll see a smaller number during stimulation. This has nothing to do with it, by the way. The smaller number has everything to do with adjusting the frequency here. So this is only used in conjunction with your stimulation mode. So you want to set the frequency before you stimulate so you don't surprise your patient with a high frequency if that's uncomfortable to them. So I'm going to turn this now. And I just turned it. And what activates your test to see how much frequency there is, the Hertz number, is when you press this button here. You don't even have to have your finger on the grounding plate for this. You can just press the button like I'm doing right now, and you'll see that number increase from 0 to 25. If I turn it up even more than that, and I press the button, you see a higher number there. Okay, so that's where you adjust the frequency for treatment. So again, you'll see one of 2 numbers here, a higher number when you're doing the scanning, and the sensitivity knob is what you adjust for when you're scanning. You want to start low, because if you have it on too high, then everything's going to make a noise. You want to have it on low so you can differentiate between meridian points. And then the louder of them would be the one that you want to stimulate. Okay, so then this is the on and off switch. This has to be on for anything to work. And then during treatment is when you would adjust this. You don't want to start too high because you don't want to surprise your patient when you press this button and stimulate them with the unit, because just maybe too much of them. So you want to start low, and then you can always adjust this for patient comfort. And you can also adjust this for patient comfort as well. So this has to do with the stimulation, and this has to do with the stimulation. This one over here only is adjusted while detecting meridian points. So those are the parts. Now, a couple of small things that I want to mention. First of all, I always carry around some alcohol wipes because you want to sterilize the treatment probes after each patient. You also want to sterilize the area or wipe the area that you're treating as well. Okay, so you want to just make sure that you have some alcohol wipes with you as well. Now, if you don't have the pole, the grounding pole with you, you still can treat someone. And here's how to do that. So if you don't have the grounding pole for your patient to hold, you grab the unit as if you're holding a pen. So they can't see what I'm doing here with this view, but I'm holding it. Then, as long as one of your fingers is on one of the grounding plates, your hand, your bare hand, is on their bare skin as you're doing the treatment. So that completes the circuit as well. So just grab the bare skin on their shoulder or arm and make sure that your finger is on the grounding plate here or underneath, and that will complete the circuit. And those are the parts of the AccuDoctor. Okay, I'm handing my patient the grounding pole. It's grounded in here like this. I'm going to turn the unit on. I just have to turn it on. I'm going to set the sensitivity to about 7 or 8. And I'm going to scan this here. Okay, I found the point right there. I'm pressing the treatment button and stimulating that point. Just takes a few seconds. And you see the hertz in the digital display, which would be right there. And I'm going to scan right now. And I'm scanning for a higher number that I can see in the display. So you get a much higher number when you're doing the scanning. And I'm not pressing the button yet. You don't have to press the button during scanning. Here's a point. Now to treat the point, I'm pressing the button. And you get a much lower number on the Hertz digital display between 0 and 24 as you're doing the treatment. Now I'm going to scan again for another point. There's one right here. Now I'm going to press the button to treat. And again, hold it just for a few seconds until I'm ready to treat the next point. And that's how to use the AccuDoctor. If you want to treat musculoskeletal points, like area around the TMJ, turn the unit on. You can scan for meridians if you want, but I'm just using this as a stimulator for the muscles. And now I'm pressing the button and treating around the muscles surrounding the TMJ. This may take a little bit longer than just treating the meridian point. And if the patient has any discomfort, they tell me. Then I reset the intensity and the hertz. I'm going to treat one more point. Let me go scan to see if there's anything else that I want to treat. Here's the point right there. I'm pressing the button, which activates the stimulation. Okay, and that's how to treat musculoskeletal points. If you want to treat the shoulder, a couple of points over here that we're going to treat that we went through before. You can do scanning if you want for meridian points, but I'm going to treat the shoulder just for the trigger points that I find. I'm going to turn this down because everything is beeping. So I'm going to get just the more active ones. Here's one. Okay, now I'm going to press this. I'm going to treat this trigger point right there. Now you'll notice when you have the unit, there's a spring-loaded tip, which is right there. I'm going to turn the intensity up just so I can show you this. You don't really have to push this down. In fact, you don't have to push it down at all when you're treating. When you're scanning, I'm going to put it on scanning mode. When you're scanning, you may want to press it a little bit to get a little bit more even scan as opposed to just doing one of these. If you apply some pressure and use the spring a little bit, you'll get a much more accurate scan. But you do not have to depress the spring for the scanning or the treatment. You can just lightly push on there during the scanning just to make sure you have a very even scan. And if here's a point like right here, I'll press the button and I'll treat that trigger point. And that's how to use the AccuDoctor for trigger points. And of course, you get a great hard copy of our AccuDoctor user manual. It explains everything that I just did and a lot more. It has parts of the unit, treatment precautions, everything you need. Plus, this is also on the flash drive that comes with your kit, so you can make copies to share with others. And plus, you get our mega patients marketing information on a flash drive. This puts it all together. It has to be on a flash drive because it has printable forms you'll need to pass out to your patients, brochures. It has all the marketing secrets that we have to quickly and cheaply get a lot of traffic through your doors. It has detailed charts, meridian points, treatments, and office forms. Everything you need to get started.